Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how you can show your current location on map, and then how you can drag that marker on the map and get the new address of the location. So let's begin with creating a project. So I'm just giving it as a name, and we are going to implement it in the Kotlin. So let the language to be Kotlin. Okay, so we choose the map project. So you can see like few classes are already been created here. This is the map activity, and it has some implementation already with the default location, that is a hard-coded location, but we are not going to use that. And secondly, it has the Google Map API XML. Here we need to place our key. So in my previous video I already show you how you can get the map key, so you can refer it. I'm just using the same map key here, and here is the URL when you create a project. So this is the URL where you can go and create your map key. So it's straightforward. You can refer my previous video on map. Now let's add the dependencies what we are going to implement for the location. So I'm just simply copying this map dependency and adding it, and you just need to change a small thing. Instead of map, we can simply change it to location and change the version 17.1, that is the latest one. Let our project to be sync now. There you go. Now in our on map activity, we don't need this because it call the default map. So here we need, first of all, we need to fetch the current location from the API, location API. So I'm creating a separate function for that. And before we access our location API, we need to add the permission in our manifest file. So one permission is already there. We need to add the internet permission. We need to add another location permission as well. And now before we access any location API, we need to request for the location service location permissions. So if permissions are not allowed, then we need to show a dialog and ask user to allow it. So this is called the runtime permission. So we need to check if those permissions are allowed or not. Otherwise our application will crash and will not be able to move forward. So if those permissions are allowed or granted, then only we can access the current location, or we can access the location API. If those permissions are not granted, then we need to request user to allow those permissions. So we need to call this function. and here we need to pass the second parameter, and it should be the array of, so we can request for the multiple permission as well. And it will return. Now we need to override on request permission result function, and here we need to check if permission is granted or not. So we'll check grant result dot size is greater than 0 and grant result at 0th index is granted if those are done. Then we can request for permission, so we can call our fetch location function. Now once we have our permission, then we can access the location API. So here I'm going to use the fused location provider client. That just gives us the instant location, last known location instantly. So I'm initializing it here. And this step need to be done in our onCreate. And here we can get the last location. Now I'm adding a on success listener. So once we get the location successfully, then we can display the marker on our map. And once we got our location, then we need to call map. And since we need the current location, so let me initialize a global variable for our current location so that we can access that in the onMapReady function. And here we will initialize it with the updated location. Now our onMapReady function will get called. So here we need to comment out this hard-coded location. And here we need to draw our marker with the current latitude and longitude. So I'm creating a object of lat_long with the current location. Here I'm creating a separate function for draw marker. So first of all, we need a marker option. Dot position. Here we need to set for that long. The title I'm going to show on a marker I am here, and the snippet. Here exactly we need to retrieve our address, physical address, by using the lat_long. So I'm going to create a separate function getAddress, and inside I'm going to pass latitude and longitude. I'm creating a separate function now. Here we are going to use our API of geocoder. Local.getDefault. Now geocoder.get from location. So there is a function which takes just latitude and longitude and max result and return us the address, array of address, or we can say a list of address. We'll directly get the 0th index address. So that is the get address line at 0th index. And that is the string, so we'll simply return it. And we'll make our function as a string return type. Now we'll move back to our function, draw marker. And now we need to animate our camera to the current lat long. And another parameter we need to set to our map is the zoom of our map. I'm setting it currently 15. Now map dot add marker, and we'll pass this marker option in it. That's it for just to show the current location. Now I'm going to show you how you can drag the marker on your map using your finger and retrieve the address from that position where the marker is basically presented. So we need to set a on marker drag listener. We need to override few functions: on marker drag start, on marker drag end, and on marker drag. And before that, we need to make our marker option dot draggable true. Don't forget this, otherwise marker will not move from your finger. And here we are going to implement on marker drag end function, overridden function. So we need to keep a marker in our global variable so that we can remove the previous marker and then draw a new marker. So basically whenever user is moving his finger from the on the marker, then we need to remove it and draw a new marker on our map. So simply we'll check if current marker is not equal to null, then it remove it. And get the new lat long of that position. And those lat long we can retrieve from the callback marker. And now simply we'll call our draw marker function and pass our new lat long. and here we need to get our current marker. Yeah, let's run our application. So we see our dialog, location permission dialog. We allow it, and as you can see, this is the current location. And now I'm dragging it to the new location, and address is changing. There you go. So you can see as soon as we are dragging it to the new location, it's showing me the new address. So that's all for today's video, guys, and thank you so much for watching. If you have any question, then you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you.